What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. We're on the Steam Deck OLED, finally taking a look at Crimson Desert, a game I've been really anticipating the past few months to get into. I know it's one of those games that just gives you a bunch of mechanics and tools and drops you into the world and says, go for it. There's really no hand-holding or anything here, so if you don't like those kind of games, you probably won't like Crimson Desert, and we'll have to see how I do with it. But performance here on the Steam Deck unfortunately isn't as nice as we were hoping for. Now, as far as settings, we are at 800p, FSR 3 on bounce to start with, no VSync for the video, although I'd probably turn that on. Minimum for the preset, you do have some stuff here you can adjust independently. But the thing is, the game is just so tough to run, and even though it is going to look very rough this way, as soon as we start to tick things up, it does get worse. And we're only in the beginning encampment areas, first little town, first couple hours of the game. It's going to get much worse later in other areas, and when we have 30, 100 enemies on screen and it gets really busy, I expect this is going to become pretty unplayable. If we switch this over to the low preset and move around a little bit, we'll see that the image does clean up and we don't have as much of those flickering issues and graphical issues and things like that. But we are going to lose a few FPS, and again, as soon as we get into any other areas, it's going to get really, really rough to deal with. Even FSR 3 performance from balanced on the low preset, again, when we get into other areas, is going to become pretty rough to try to use or really get any performance out of. Going back to the minimum preset, FSR 3 quality, you can clean things up a little bit and lose a couple of FPS, maybe go that route instead of balanced. If I switch back over to balanced here, you can see back up to around 31, 32. And you can see the weather coming in here and changing dynamically is already lowering and messing with the FPS a little bit before we even go anywhere else or move around. Now there's frame gen in game, which you can use, but at such a low FPS, I really just don't recommend like lossless scaling, in-game frame gen, or any of that. I just don't think the game's stable enough and has enough performance to make any of that look or feel good enough. So that's just my opinion. If I were going to try it, I probably wouldn't try to use any frame gen in this game. Even if we stick the 1600 megahertz manual on the GPU, we're really going to hurt that CPU, especially later when enemies are coming into play. So it's going to be kind of rough trying to use any of that there. I just wound up sticking with minimum preset, FSR 3 balanced, and making my way through the first hour or two of the game and seeing how it was running here and capturing some different footage, because really for right now I'm not that interested in trying to get more up the graphics or get more visuals out of it just because of the way it's running. And I'm sure when I get farther into the game with more going on, it's going to get much harder to run on a Steam Deck. But anyways, guys, I wanted to put this out there so you could see how it's running right now. If we see any major differences, improvements, patches, things like that that really help with something like the Steam Deck or handhelds, I'll jump in and do another video. But for now, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay of a few different areas just so you can see how this is running on the Steam Deck yourself at these minimum settings with FSR. Anyways, as always, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ya stinking turd!
Oh, this door's always locked. Oh, my back! You've done me a huge favour there. Would you come off it, woman?
Look at him.
Where are you? Come now. She'd have me run ragged if she could. Can't blame you for a little
I can
theatrics,
still hear
eh?
you.
Eh?
Aye, till she finds a better actor for the role.
Lauren, give him some of our finest attire. Think of it as a gift from me to you, eh? Farewell.
Sure, why not? Don't expect you to start listening to me now.